He went to the altar. He asked for the people to pray for him. He came to his minister friend and said, you got to pray for me. I need deliverance. They prayed together. He prayed for deliverance over him. Checked back with him a week, 2 weeks later. Said, what's going on? You got deliverance? You're walking in freedom, brother? No, I can't take it. It's worse than ever. It's got a hold on me. I don't understand. God is God. Why can't he just speak? He could just speak over me. So they prayed together again. They fasted together, believing God for deliverance. And deliverance didn't come. This had a hold of me. No matter what he did, he couldn't stop. His friend, the minister called him again and said, you found your deliverance, brother? We've been praying, we've been fasting. He said, no, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting so frustrated. I'm getting a little upset with God. He's God. He can take it from me. All he has to do is just speak a word. He's God. He can do this. So finally he says, all right, I'm going to get real with God. What's going on, God? All you have to do is just say a word. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want it in my life. I want deliverance. You can do anything, you just deliver me. Why don't you just deliver me, God? And God spoke to him and said, because you like it too much. And that's a problem with some of us. We can get mad at God and blame God all we want. But as long as we like something, as long as something brings us pleasure, and we make a conscious decision to give in that pleasure instead of confronting that pleasure, and we desire more than we desire him, we can want it all we want. Recently, I decided that I didn't like the way I was living and my health anymore, and my weight and all this, and I wanted to change, and I wanted different. I wanted to be the weight and the look I was when I got married. And I sat thinking about this, and sat down on the couch with a bag of Doritos and a Mountain Dew. Thinking, man, I want to look like I did when I was married. Amen. And would you know, Dave, I got up in the morning, weighed myself, and there was no difference. Amen. So I filed a lawsuit against Frito-Lay. Right? That's silly, Pastor. It sure is. Do you know what I did decide? I decided I had an addiction to sugar. I couldn't stop. All day long, sugar, 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 sugar. Candy, sweet candy, Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Milky Ways, Reese's. All day long. After every meal, got to have dessert. And I couldn't stop. And finally, I said, all right, I got to want the end result. I got to want the weight loss. I got to want the energy. I got to want a better way of life more than I want this sugar. And can I tell you, in the last month, I've ate sugar about 4 times, because I cheated this past week. And you know, in 1 month, I've lost 12 pounds. Amen. Right? Praise God. I'm not looking for a pat on the back, but I want to make a point to you. Do you understand? You got to want Jesus. You got to want what he has for you. You got to want that relationship with him. You got to want the empowerment of the Spirit more than you want your fleshly desires. And that's why people come to me and say, well, is it a sin to do this? And will I go to hell if I gamble? Will I go to hell if I take a drink? It's not about a heaven and hell issue. We don't need to make everything a heaven and hell issue. If you're looking to just get your ticket punched, just quit serving God altogether because you got it all wrong. You ought to be asking, what gets me as close to Jesus as I can possibly get? What do I got to give up? What do I got to sacrifice? What's got to be torn from my life in order for me to get as close to Jesus as I can get? That's the question you ought to be asking. Because you know how I know what pleases my wife? You know how I know what will bring joy to her heart? You know how I know what gifts to give her? What acts of service to perform for her? Because I've got to know her. I know what pleases her. I know how to make her happy, and I strive to do those things. Sometimes I fall short. Sometimes I have days where I'm just a sorry husband. But she loves me anyway, and I keep striving to be a good husband for her. The same is true of our relationship with Jesus Christ. We got to want him. We got to want what he has for us. We got to want his presence more than we want anything else. That's why Paul said later on, I believe it was in the book of Hebrews, check me, Christian, I'm not sure, but when he said, cast off every weight and snare that so easily besets you. He didn't say just sin. Every weight, every snare, everything that's holding you back, everything that's limiting your progress, everything that's keeping you from running the race full speed, cast it off, get it out of your life, that you can run the race set before you. Right? You see, we have to desire God more than we desire sinful pleasures. The more we desire God, the less we will desire sin. And sinful desires will eventually die. Therefore, where there is no desire, there can be no temptation. Where there is no temptation, there can be no sin.
Say it.
Where there is no sin, there can be nothing between you and your relationship with God. Are you with me? Let me say it again. Got my little amen corner over here. Come on. The more we desire God, the less we will desire sin. And the sinful desires will eventually die. Therefore, where there is no desire, there can be no temptation. Where there's no temptation, there can be no sin. Where there is no sin, there can be nothing separating you from a relationship with God. Why don't I cheat on my wife? Because there's no temptation there. There's no temptation because there's no desire. Why? Because I desire her more than I desire anybody else. So there is no other desire because I desire her. She's the object of my love. She's the object of my affection. She's the object of my intimacy. She's the one I want to give myself to. So there is no temptation. I'm not tempted to those things. Do I have temptations in my life? Yes. Is that one of them? No. Why not? Because there's no desire there. I've confronted that. I dealt with that a long time ago. Right? I overcame that in my life. No, there was no time when I stepped out and cheated on my wife and then I overcame it. No, just don't read between the lines. Right? But it's never been there because there's no desire. So what is the desire that plagues you? What is the sinful pleasure that you find yourself doing that you don't want to do? Confront it. Deal with it. Head on. Because as long as you desire it, you will be tempted. As long as you're tempted, you will eventually give in. Why? Because your carnal nature that is born within you is enmity against God. And until it dies, you will give in to that sin. You will give in to that sin. I'll say it one more time. You will give in to that sin. Why? Because you're carnal by nature. Your carnal nature has to die. Death is painful. You got to be willing to say, okay, Lord, I'm yours. Like David said, search my heart, O God, know my inmost thoughts. See if there's any wicked way within me and lead me in the way everlasting. And David allowed God to do whatever he wanted to do. When David sinned horribly against God, his heart was broken. Not because he got caught, because he did get caught. That's why, not why his heart was broken. If you read the Psalms of David, it said his body was wasting away. He soaked his couch with tears day and night, and no rest came to his body, and no food, no meat did I eat. Right? Why? Because his heart was broken about how he had violated God's standard for his life. And sin had taken hold in his life, and he gave into a desire. So he had to confront that desire in his life and allow God to come in like a surgeon and cut out that sin. And he allowed God, as painful as it was. He was the king. He could have had the prophet killed. I'm just being real with you. Would he have gotten more trouble with God? Of course he would have. History would have read a lot different in the Bible and for King David and for his lineage. But when he realized that he sinned against God, he said, all right, as embarrassing as it is, as humiliating as it is, as much as there's a consequence that I'm going to have to pay for this sin, and he did, he said, God, I'm sorry. Search me. Do what you got to do. And that's the place we got to get to. Sometimes that's going to mean it's going to hurt. Some things have got to come out of your life that are rooted deeply in who you are. And in order to change who you are, God's going to have to get in there and he's going to have to remove that thing by the root, and you're going to have to allow him, and it's going to hurt. And let me close with this. We choose not to sin out of relationship, not out of religious obligation. Can I say it again? Not because we want to be religious and follow several rules. That's why we don't sin. We choose not to sin out of a relationship, because we don't want anything to hurt our relationship with him. There's one more story that I should have shared further on, and then I'll close. There's a story of the prophet Balak. You can find it in Numbers, around about the 30-some chapter, I don't know. Probably just Google Prophet Balaam and find it. Or is it Balaam, Christians? Prophet Balaam. King Balaam and Prophet Balaam. Anyway. So, there you go. Thank you very much, Ben. Prophet Balaam. Now, he was a prophet of God. He wasn't a false prophet. He was God's prophet. God's code from God used him. He was a prophet of God. And everywhere that the Israelites were going, they were annihilating kingdoms. And so they were encamped at Moab. And the king of Moab says, what they did to the Egyptians, what they've done over here, they're about to do to us. And seemingly nothing could stop them. So, here's what I'm going to do. I've heard about this prophet Balaam. I'm going to send an envoy to him. I'm going to send an offering to him. And I've heard that whatever Balaam blesses is blessed. Whatever Balaam curses is cursed. So I'm going to get him to be in service to me, to curse the nation of Israel, and then they won't be able to overcome us and we'll be safe. So he sends an envoy, he sends an entourage to Balaam with an offering. And they come up and they said, we've been sent, Balaam, by King Balak. And this is what he wants you to do. Will you come with us? And will you do this thing? And he says, well, stay here, guys. Give me a minute. Let me go seek the face of God. Let me go pray about this, and I'll let you know. Right? Now, you're probably thinking, wait, something's not right about this story. Wait a minute. Well, go back and read it later, but let me sum it up for you real quick. So he goes to a place of prayer to inquire of God, and God speaks to him and says, Balaam, who are those men that are with you? Now, can I just tell you that anytime God asks you a question, he already knows the answer? Can we just get that straight, right? It's like when he came to Adam in the garden and said, Adam, where are you? It wasn't that he didn't know where Adam was and couldn't find him. He was saying, Adam, where are you in life? What's your state in life? What have you done, right? So he goes to Balaam and says, Balaam, who are these men that are with you? And Balaam says, oh, yeah, see about that, God. See, what had happened was, I was getting ready to come talk to you because, you see, this king over here, he's scared and he wants to, I'm not going to mention that they're giving me like millions of dollars, but yeah, so they want me to pray and they want me to seek you to say, no, you will not do this thing. You will not curse my nation Israel. You will not curse whom I have blessed. So Balaam, this was not something that Balaam even needed to pray about. God confronted him and said, are you crazy? So he goes back. He says, yeah, guys, yeah, I'm not going to, oh man, that's a lot of money. You guys are some important people. Yeah, but, yeah, I asked God, and God said no. God said I can't do it. God won't let me do it, so I'm sorry. So they go back. And they tell Balaam, no, he won't do it. So, what you see, he was obedient to God. He obeyed God. Did he not obey God? But so what's the problem? The problem was he didn't obey God because he wanted to. He wanted to do it. He wanted to take that offering. He wanted to be important. He wanted to go in service to King Balak. But God said no, so he did it. Even though he obeyed, he did it out of law. He did it because, well, God says I can't, so I'm not going to be able to do it. It's just like we do sometimes. We throw a little temper tantrum. We think life is so bad, being a Christian is so hard. No. Because if you go on, just, I got to move on. I got to close. All the joys and the pleasures that come from serving God when you read the Word of God, but we put Him first. We make the move first. We initiate. And then He blesses. We obey, He blesses. It's not the other way around. We want, okay, God bless me and I'll obey you. No, obey me and I'll bless you. Right? So, we choose not to sin out of relationship, not out of religious obligation. Stand with me this morning. I could preach on and on and on, but next week we'll get into overcoming the flesh and overcoming sin. I'm going to ask you to bow your heads this morning, and with every head bowed and every eye closed, why do you ask us to